Hello everyone and welcome back. 4.1.1 has officially gone to Wave 1 PTU and we are going to check out as many of the changes that we have in the new patch as we can in this video. We're going to check out the new ARGO RAFT changes, we're going to check out the new missions, and anything else that we can find along the way. So if you want to see some of the latest updates to 4.1.1 and updates coming in the next few weeks to Star Citizen, feel free to sit back, relax, and enjoy. So first we're going to start off by taking a look at the updated ARGO RAFT. We're just going to do a little bit of a walk around first and then going to go pick up some cargo at like Everest Harbor or something and just test loading the grid really quick. I don't believe anything else has changed on this besides the cargo grid changes, but we will check. So if we come under here, so looks like we have a little bit of a different looking cargo grid than I've seen before, but you can see here, this is where you're going to put your cargo boxes. We're going to test the layout of this grid in a few minutes. I think it's most likely that you would be able to put three 32 SCU containers in a row like this, going this way. But you can have two levels of them, because that comes out to 192 SCU. That would be, at least in my mind, the most efficient way to have the cargo stored, unless you had them oriented this way, like front to back. So we're going to go check that out. Let's head up to Everest Harbor and see what the cargo loading process looks like now. Alright, so now we are at Everest Harbor. I've pulled up, I bought some 32 SCU crates and then a couple of other crate sizes. We're going to try out the tractor beam, which has also been added to the raft. We go into third person here, we can see it is right here on the rear starboard corner beneath that engine. So let's try this out. So turn on, I might need to turn on the console first. Come on, there we go. Make sure that's got power. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, so there we got one. So it snapped across lengthways. Now I don't seem to be able to grab it back very easily. Oh, so it looks like they can fit lengthways and front to back of the ship. So let's see if I move it back like that. So maybe it is just one level then? Or I don't know, they might have changed the grid a little bit. It might be a little bit more interesting than I thought it was. So let's keep chucking these on here and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got all these loaded up. So the grid is a little bit different than I thought it would be. So it looks like what it's going to end up being is you can fit 4 of the 32 SCU containers front to back. And then at the back of it, you can fit 2 more 32 SCU containers that are left to right or sideways across the ship. So we get those 6 total 32 SCU containers that you can hold. So that's very good to see. Let's go ahead and let's, for a moment, test some of the other container sizes. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention is I did check around the ship to see if I could find, so the raft got adjusted some time ago, I don't remember when exactly, to have 3 size 2 shields instead of 2, and so that third shield wasn't physicalized. So I have looked around the ship in the engineering section and whatnot. As of right now, I have not found that third shield yet, so I thought, you know, maybe if they adjusted the cargo grid, maybe they went in and they had added that third shield in and physicalized that. So at least right now, I have not seen that. If you have happened to found it, let me know in the comments. I haven't. I've looked around quite a bit, haven't been able to find it. Let's go ahead. Let's just check really quick on some of these other container sizes. I assume they're all gonna fit on here just fine, but we will just see real quick. There we go. Got our 16 SCU container on there. Let's try one of the smaller ones. The 2 SCU. Looks like those will fit as well. So yeah, it looks like all container sizes look to be compatible with this, as far as I can tell, which is good. So I think this is going to become probably a really good ship for a lot of the medium-sized hauling missions, because I know a lot of them are in 8 SCU containers, like this one right here, this container size. And for some ships like the Zeus Mark II CL, that has a pretty decent cargo capacity for its size, but it doesn't have the proper grid setup to be able to hold enough 8 SCU containers that you can do most of those cargo contracts that involve a lot of the 8 SCU containers in one trip. Whereas this, I think, will have a much easier time doing that. So I think this is a really nice step up, really nice step between those kind of medium-ish ships like the Mark II CL, the Freelancer Max, things like that. And you know, between this even has more cargo capacity than the Connie Taurus, and it can hold it a lot easier. Like, you're going to be able to load and unload this thing really fast. With just, if you just have 632 SCU boxes, this thing's going to be unloaded in like a minute and a half. It's going to be really fast. Whereas the Connie Taurus and other ships like that are a little bit longer. So I'd say maybe you could compare this most, like maybe its closest competitor would be beyond the Connie Taurus. It'd probably be the Starlancer Max that has, I think, what is that, 224? So a little bit more cargo capacity than this, but that also carries 632 crates. Just and then on the ones that fit in the back garage, you can fit a little bit more on top of them. But very, very nice change. I like how they implemented this new grid. It looks pretty nice. Like I said, still haven't found that third size 2 shield. Hopefully maybe they can adjust that as well as part of this little rework, you could call it, I guess, on the raft. But yeah, really interesting to see. So let me know again your thoughts on the comments. Are you going to pick up a raft? Did you have one before, and are you going to pick one up again to try out these new changes with? Let me hear it down below. Let's go ahead and let's go. I want to go check out some of the new locations that we have, and I think at the same time we may be able to check out some of the new missions, the space combat missions, because they are supposed to take place at these new asteroid bases. So I'm going to go grab my F7A, and we're going to go take a look at those. So I tried to accept one of the missions, and then the hangar wouldn't open for me, so I switched to another server. And I just left my F7A here, because previously what's been happening recently is when you leave the hangar, the ship just automatically stores. But when I join back in, the ship is still here in the hangar. So that may be an issue that's finally ironed out, that the ships persist in the hangar when you leave it and then come back. So that's very interesting. So let's go ahead and let's try again to get one of these missions, and we'll see if we can get out of here and go do that. Okay, so we got our Advanced Combat Training Gauntlet Scenario 1, page 23K. Looks like it's a pretty nice little mission description here. It kind of gives you some information on what these missions are for. Cool. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Hey, rookie. Thanks for signing up for my combat pilot training course. Just to introduce myself, I'm Lucas Baramsko. But my students call me Gilly. I've served in 6 squadrons in the Navy and have over 10 years experience teaching pilots how to fly and fight. For this first lesson, we're going to start off slow and evaluate how you handle yourself in some one-on-one dogfights. Everyone you're facing off against are former students of mine flying special training rigs. You can treat them like normal hostiles, so don't worry and do your best. They can handle it. Alright, get ready. And I'll see you out there.
Interesting. So it looks like there is some audio that goes along with the missions, and it showed that uninitialized on the screen there. So I assume there'll be, you know, a character or something that comes up, sort of like Wicklow, that shows up when you call him. So it looks like that character just hasn't been implemented yet, but the audio is there. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that in future patches. And it looks like the hangar is going to open for me this time. So let's go ahead and head over to the mission. Alright, we are at the mission site, so we'll go in and see if this ship shows up, I believe.
I'll notify the other pilots, and we can begin.
Okay. So then, I think the first one is just a single ship, so I guess we'll hope that it spawns here in just a minute. We'll just keep pinging around.
Contact! Ready up!
This audio is pretty nice. There we go. Oh, so we got a couple waves, so it's probably a couple waves of a single ship. So it looks like the first one's going to be a cutter. Let's go ahead and take care of it.
Target destroyed.
Okay, there's the first one down.
Catch your breath. The next one is on its way.
Alright, looks like our next target is a Pisces. So far just some little ships, not even any like small fighters. We'll see, maybe on the third wave we get a Hornet or something that comes after us.
Cleared that wave. I've signaled the
And looks like our last target is going to be, looks like a prospector. Let's go ahead and take care of it.
Target destroyed.
Here we go.
That's it. Lesson complete. Good work today. Hopefully, I'll see you soon when you're ready to keep training.
Cool. So there is the first mission that you do for Gillies, what was it, flight school or something like that. So 3 waves, just single ships. So then I assume it's a similar format for other missions. Let's go ahead and just see if we have what the next one would be. Yep, so it looks like we have now number 1 and number 2 that we can do. And I think number 2 is multiple small targets. Let's go ahead and let's just go try this one as well real quick.
You ready for your next challenge, rookie? Now that you've proved you can handle going mano a mano, we're going to see how you do going against multiple ships at the same time. Not only that, but this time you're going against ships made for dogfighting. We're talking about a whole other challenge rating on this. I think you can handle it, though. Let's move out, and I'll see you at the training site when you're ready.
Okay, so it looks like the second mission is actually going to have us go against multiple ships as well as actual dedicated fighters, it sounds like. So this may be a little bit more of a challenge. So let's go ahead and get over there.
Got hostiles heading to your position. Prepare to engage.
Bogey.
Looks like we've got 2 ships. We've got an arrow. Oh, no, there's 3. We've got missiles, an arrow, a, what's it called? A Mustang.
Shields.
And I think that's another Mustang. And they are firing missiles as well.
Target destroyed.
So that, you know, adds a little bit more of a challenge, figuring out how to use your flares and countermeasures and things like that. But they are very squishy little fighters, so
Target
if you're in
destroyed.
any... If you bring, like, if you don't have an F7A, if you get, like, an F7C, and get, like, the nose turret and one of the ball turrets at the top, you'll be able to do this one just fine, I think. Even in many other fighters will be able to do this just fine. So... Some of the starter ships, like if you're in like a Drake Cutter, I don't know. You probably could do it. It might just take you a little bit longer because I think the Cutter only has 2 size 2s, so it just doesn't put out a lot of damage. So it
Alright
looks
then.
like...
That wraps up this lesson. Fantastic work. Seems like you're developing a real aptitude for combat. Hopefully the next lesson will help you grow even more.
There we go. So it looks like on that one it wasn't multiple waves, it was just the one, but just multiple ships. And then I assume if we go into our contracts and look, we have scenario 3, which we're getting higher in our payouts. So we had 23k for the first one, 34k for the second, and now we're up to 67k. Let's see. If we look back here, it looks like, so number 3 is target priority. So let's just look really quick at the mission description. So the third scenario throws tactical considerations into the mix. This time around, the attacking ships are from distinct classes with distinct battlefield applications. Knowing what targets to prioritize is vital to surviving engagements against multiple ships. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be teaching you about, you know, there's a bomber and a fighter and a cargo ship. You know, which one should you be going after first? Or, you know, I don't know if that's exactly how it'll be, but probably something like that. So... it's tricks of the trade. Bigger they are. Try to evaluate which threat is the most dangerous and take them out first. Shields. If you're taking a lot of damage, don't be afraid to boost away and let your shields regenerate. There you go. So I think I'll probably... I won't do any more for this video. We'll go check out something else. But I'm going to try and finish all the rest of these and see if we can get up to the high level ones, which I believe eventually you get up to a Corvette, which will probably be a Hammerhead. Maybe there'll be a Polaris as well, or the capital ship can counter. Maybe that'll be a Polaris or an Idris or something. So that will be quite interesting, and I probably won't be able to do that in my F7. That'll probably require a group. So very interesting. And now I want to go check out if I can find a mission, or maybe I'll just go there anyways. One of the new many asteroid base locations that are in Stanton and Pyro. So let's go ahead and see if we can find some of those. Okay, so I just pull up the map here, and right away, so I'm in the Hurston system right now. Right away, I'm seeing 6 mining base locations that are spread out throughout, right around here with Hurston. And I assume if we go out a little ways, so it looks like there are 3 right by Harel 2. There's some right by Harel 1. So it looks like some of these are clustered around the main system, and then the Lagrange points as well. Got the Wicklow station right there. Looks like Cruel 3 that have some as well. Maybe. So yeah, it looks like they're pretty widespread. So I'm just going to pick one that's close by here in Hurston, and let's go jump to it and check it out.
Quantum drive is now off.
Okay, so they're in these really cool greenish volumetric gas clouds, sort of similar to the Wicklow locations, I believe. They look pretty similar to this. So zoom in here. Now, as far as I know, these places do not have interiors. But they are supposed to be, I guess, an abandoned mining location or something like that, like some mining facility. Maybe at some point they'll get interiors and we'll have additional missions that you can do at these places. Let's get ahead and get in a little bit closer here. Very interesting structures. I'm not quite sure what, like, company or whatever these would be from. But they definitely, you know, look abandoned and kind of messed up. But again, I don't think the point is for them to be here for, you know, we're not going in them because they don't have insights. It's just to serve as a nicely set up mission location. So, but they are pretty cool looking. Maybe let me check my missions again and just see if by happen chance being here has triggered any other missions to be available. I'm not seeing any. Let's see if we check under the unverified. Yeah, so I'm not seeing any of those the ambush missions or the patrol missions, I believe. So it may have only, I think they were supposed to be in this build, but I'm only seeing, again, the Gillies Flight School or whatever they're calling it. So that may just be another build that we have to check those out in. But yeah, those Gilly Flight School missions are pretty cool. Let me see and check if there's anything else that we could test in this video real quick. Now, what I may have to do for the missions that are offered by Foxwell is that there's like an initial mission you have to do to get further contracts from them. So I'm going to go do that really quick, just clear out some hostiles at a bunker, and then let's see if we get any additional contracts, because they're the ones that offer some of the ambush and patrol missions on the legal side of things. So let me do this real quick and then we'll check. Alrighty, got the first Foxwell mission done. Let's go ahead and check our contracts. See if maybe we have anything now. So we got yellow level contract, routine patrol. I think this is going to be one of those patrol missions. Let's go ahead and check a little bit more. There we go, yellow level contract, ambush and amateur. Okay. And anything else? And another routine patrol. So we got 2 routine patrols and 1 ambush and amateur. So let's go ahead, let's try one of the routine patrols first and then see. So let's try one of these. Go to patrol coordinates. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, so it looks like we're at one of these new asteroid locations. We have the patrol coordinates marker, so I guess we'll just, I don't know, just go up to the marker and see if maybe it gives us some other marker or just somewhere to fly around. Okay, objective complete. Protect the ship.
Do whatever you have to do to keep them safe.
Okay, so we got some other audio coming in, and we have a Connie that we're going to protect.
I'm under attack! Please, if you hear this, help me!
Shields
I'm heading out.
destroyed.
Take care. Scans are clean. Job well done.
Okay, so we got that first one done. Okay, then it looks like we have to go to another location. So we'll quantum over there.
Not seeing anything.
Okay, so it looks like there can just not be anything. So we're waiting for more coordinates, so we might have to jump somewhere else again. Let's see. Yep.
Good. Good. Area secured. Let's get you deployed to the next one.
Well, I couldn't get my ship to quantum, so I just had to go back to menu and back at Everest Harbor. This time I accepted one of the ambush contracts. This is ambush and amateur, so we're going to go to an asteroid mining base. and see what these sort of missions entail.
Aerospace.
Hey, Walton with Foxwell here. Saw you nabbed the
Quantum
contract.
drive
Good
is
to
now
have your help.
on.
These lowlifes have been a menace, so I'm hoping you'll be able to shut them down once and for all. Head to the ambush site when you're ready, and keep it cool. Find a spot to hide and power down.
Okay, so we need to go to a spot, I'm assuming this marker. If we look in the top right, it says we are supposed to ambush an Avenger Titan Renegade. We need to hide our ship signature, and the convoy ETA is 1 minute and 35 seconds, so we're going to go in where it wants us, and then I assume we'll just power down the ship. Now my signatures are showing up interestingly on here. It seems like the interference from the surrounding, I don't know if it's the rocks or the gases, are basically making me... so I think if I understand how this works, really quick before the ship shows up, these top numbers are your actual ship signature. The bottom number is like the level of reduction of signature from the background, and for some reason it's also causing just my ship displays to kind of jitter around. But it looks like the masking signature is like 50k each, so I should be basically invisible. So I don't think I have to power down for this. I guess we'll find out. But there could be potential further level contracts where it's harder, where I don't have that, and you do have to be like using a stealth ship or, you know, things like that. So we'll go ahead and see. All right, let's see if the ship spawns in 3, 2, 1.
Make sure you're not
Oh.
bothered while we're working.
Let's see, that is a vulture. Let's see, so now it says Aegis Titan Renegade inbound, hold position. Okay, so I guess I want to wait, probably, until the Titan turns up, because that's the Titan is the target. This vulture may be, you know, serving as a scout or a runaway that'll bring in reinforcements or something like that.
Watch out, enemies heading your way.
Okay. There we go. There is our target. So now we are going to move to him. Got hit by some missiles.
Okay.
Looks like you clear. Scan to clear targets.
Okay.
Hey, nice work. Foxwell appreciates it. I'll get your money soon.
So that's the first, I'm assuming that's, you know, the low-level ambush missions. I'm sure there's going to, I think how it was described is there's, in the patch notes, there's, I think the first few difficulty levels you have to complete 5 of them to get to the next one, and then once you get to, I think, the highest ones, then you need 10 of them, I believe. So very interesting to see how those will, I guess how they'll differ from the different levels of difficulty. But yeah, that is the first one. I guess we can see here. I'm assuming it'll just show us another of the basic one. Doesn't look like any are showing up right now, but I assume that that's what will show up when another contract's created. So very interesting. I'm going to have to play around with these more. And once I can get to the higher levels, I'm sure it'll be a little bit more interesting to see what happens. But yeah, so that's going to be some of the new Foxwell missions as well. And that is going to do it for this video, checking out the changes for the ARGO RAFT and its cargo grid, as well as some of the new space combat missions. I know there are supposed to be like an illegal counterpart from headhunters for the ambush missions and some of the other ones, so I'll have to see if maybe we can do those, check those out in another video, maybe tomorrow or something. But yeah, that is going to do it. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Anytime we get a new patch that has meaningful new features or gameplay or anything like that to test, I'm going to definitely make a video about it as soon as I possibly can for all of you, so you can see the latest PTU updates and what's coming to the verse in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, and until next time, I will see you in the verse.